On the evening of March 29th and continuing into the early hours of March 30th, 2026, a series of unprecedented supercell thunderstorms and violent localized windstorms, known locally as Dong Loc, tore through the northern mountainous province of Lao Cai, Vietnam. The atmospheric instability began late Sunday, March 29th, as a cold, high-pressure system collided with a warm, moist air mass over the Hoang Lien Sun mountain range. Within minutes, the sky over Lao Cai City and surrounding districts such as Bat Chat, Ba Kha, and Sapa turned pitch black, followed by torrential rain and horizontal winds gusting at speeds comparable to a tropical depression. Witnesses described the sound as a freight train passing through their villages. "The wind didn't just blow, it rotated and lifted," said Mr. Hoang Van Nam, a resident of Bat Chat district. "In less than 10 minutes, the entire corrugated iron roof of my house was peeled off like paper and thrown into the valley." Storms and heavy rain struck Lao Cai province on March 29th to 30th, causing damage to over 4,000 houses, with roofs blown off, 7 houses collapsing, and 3 people injured. Estimated damages exceed 25 billion Vietnamese dong. From March 29th to the morning of March 30th, scattered showers and thunderstorms occurred in Lao Cai province. Some areas recorded moderate to heavy rain, accompanied by tornadoes, lightning, and strong gusts of wind, causing significant damage to people's property. According to a report from the Lao Cai Provincial Meteorological and Hydrological Station, rainfall during this period generally ranged from 5 to 15 millimeters, with some areas exceeding 30 millimeters. Ta Van commune recorded the highest amount at 65.8 millimeters, followed by Bao Ai with 42.2 millimeters, Nghia Do with 39.8 millimeters, and Lam Thuong with 30.2 millimeters. The natural disaster injured 3 people. Regarding housing, thousands of households in Lao Cai province were affected, including 7 houses that completely collapsed and 4,159 houses with damaged roofs. In addition to damage to houses, approximately 5.6 hectares of crops were destroyed, and many infrastructure facilities, such as schools, cultural centers, and the power system were damaged. According to initial estimates, the total value of damage caused by the storm is approximately 25.6 billion Vietnamese dong. Also this morning, many areas in Hanoi experienced heavy rain. Around 5 a.m., hail began to fall in some areas such as My Dinh, Tay Ho, Long Bien. Earlier, on March 29th, heavy rain and thunderstorms occurred in many localities in the north, such as Hanoi, Lao Cai, and Phu Tho. Strong gusts of wind uprooted and broke many trees, with some falling onto vehicles and pedestrians, causing traffic safety hazards. Explaining the extreme weather phenomena of the past few days, Mr. Mai Van Kim, director of the National Center for Meteorological and Hydrological Forecasting, said that this is a common phenomenon during the transitional period from spring to summer. The convergence zone of winds is moving from Upper Laos to the northern region. Upon reaching the northern region, it encounters high temperatures due to the influence of a hot low-pressure system from the west, causing strong convective clouds to develop, leading to powerful thunderstorms accompanied by hail, Mr. Kim explained. Forecasts indicate that from the night of March 31st to April 1st, the northern region will be affected by a weak cold front. During this time, mountainous areas may experience strong thunderstorms and tornadoes, with the risk of hail and strong gusts of wind. The Meteorological Agency advises people to continue closely monitoring weather developments, limit going outside during thunderstorms, and proactively take preventive measures to minimize risks. Meanwhile, in residential area number 1, in front of the Nghia Do Ward People's Committee office, a large tree suddenly fell due to strong gusts of wind, crushing a sanitation worker who was performing environmental cleaning duties. Because the incident happened so quickly in heavy rain, the victim did not have time to avoid it and was injured. Authorities arrived at the scene, organized a rescue operation, and removed the victim from the dangerous area. Simultaneously, in coordination with the No. 3 General Hospital of Lao Cai Province, An ambulance was dispatched to provide initial first aid and quickly transport the victim to the hospital for treatment. The storm also caused many trees to fall in Trung Tam ward, damaged a resident's car, and caused a partial traffic jam on Provincial Road 174. In Hanh Phuc commune, nearly 60 houses had their roofs blown off, many buildings were damaged, and some rice and other crops were destroyed. Local authorities have mobilized on-site forces to assess the damage, go to the affected areas to help people overcome the consequences, and quickly stabilize their lives and production. The natural disaster also damaged 4,166 houses. 5.6 hectares of crops, industrial plants, and fruit trees were destroyed. In addition, 7 schools and 2 cultural centers had their roofs blown off. The total estimated damage is approximately 25.6 billion Vietnamese dong. Local authorities are actively implementing measures to mitigate the consequences of the storm. At the same time, they are continuing to monitor and compile statistics on the damage caused by the heavy rain and thunderstorms. Heavy thunderstorms accompanied by strong winds and hail caused 3 banyan trees at the Hung Temple Historical Site, Phu Tho Province, to be uprooted and fall across an internal road, and a car was damaged by the falling trees. On the afternoon of March 29th, leaders of the Hung Temple Historical Site in Phu Tho Province reported that a heavy thunderstorm with strong winds and hailstorms that occurred that day caused 3 banyan trees to be uprooted and fall, blocking the internal road leading to the site. A car was damaged by the falling tree. According to Pham Tien Dat, director of the Hung Temple Historical Site, the unit has deployed personnel to place warning signs about dangers and guide vehicles, and to reroute traffic. Visitors to Hung Temple will move towards the central festival gate to ensure safety. The site's management also directed personnel to clear fallen trees and clean the road to ensure the overall landscape was maintained. To date, the remediation work has been completed, and traffic in the area has returned to normal. Traffic police, in coordination with Hai Quang Commune Police, the Mobile Forest Protection and Firefighting Team of Area 1, and Viet Tree Regional Power Company, proactively diverted traffic and temporarily cut off power to ensure the safety of the people. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, the north of Vietnam is currently in a transitional period between seasons. The competition between hot and cold air masses can cause various extreme weather phenomena, such as thunderstorms, lightning, hail, and strong gusts of wind, posing a potential risk to agricultural production, causing trees to fall, and damaging houses and transportation infrastructure. People are advised to proactively monitor weather developments, limit going outside during thunderstorms, and take necessary preventive measures. A massive supercell thunderstorm system, characterized by geoman, gale force winds, relentless lightning, and a historic hailstorm, ravaged the capital city of Hanoi and surrounding provinces, leaving a landscape of shattered glass, uprooted history, and a shaken population. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, NCHMF, the trigger for this extreme event was a perfect storm of meteorological factors. A powerful, fast-moving cold air mass from the north collided head-on with a stagnant, moisture-rich warm air current hovering over the Red River Delta. By 7:45 p.m., satellite imagery showed a rapid vertical development of cumulonimbus clouds, reaching heights rarely seen in this region during March. The internal updrafts were so strong, they suspended ice crystals long enough to grow into hailstones the size of golf balls, and in some districts like Cao Jai and Tay Ho, the size of tennis balls. As the clock struck 8:30 p.m., the sky over Hanoi turned an eerie, bruised purple. Then, the sound arrived. A low-frequency roar that many residents initially mistook for low-flying aircraft or heavy machinery. EVN Hanoi reported that the storm knocked out 15 high-voltage substations. The combination of lightning strikes and falling branches caused a cascading failure in the grid. At the height of the storm, approximately 18% of the city was without power. Mobile signals also flickered as several 5G towers in the suburbs were damaged by the high-velocity winds. While Hanoi dominated the headlines, the provinces of Phu Tho, Vinh Phuc, and Ha Nam bore the brunt of the agricultural catastrophe. March is a critical month for the winter-spring rice crop and various fruit orchards. The hail acted like a giant lawnmower, flattening thousands of hectares of paddy fields. In the flower villages of My Dinh, greenhouses were shredded, and high-value export crops were pulverized in minutes. Farmers, speaking through tears to local reporters, described the sound of the hail hitting their roofs as a barrage of gunfire.